Let's see if it works everywhere. I think it should. Alright. Sorry, we had some issues over the night. Woke up overtired, didn't get anything done I was supposed to because I don't fucking have the time to do anything anymore. It's always something for someone else. So, here we go. We have that there. Let me see if I can get this to show over here. Make it a little easier for everybody. No. I don't know if that's going to show there or not. I don't think it will. Get that there. Okay. Go back here. Open that, why not? Go here. Refresh. We'll download that one. And then we'll do this. Alright, let's see, I got that downloaded. We're going to throw this in here. Hold on. It just took me a second. I had to get the, there we go. We'll add one in there. We're going to do this, and this will be, put it in there like that. There you go. Why is it not doing it? Alright, there you go. Browse, put it on there. That way you guys can see and hear the rules.
The vault is sealed until someone predicts its secrets.
Made a new little
Each challenger must name 3 potential cards that lie within their pack, each described by 3 traits. If any of your guesses match 2 or more traits to any card in the pack, the vault grants you its favor. And the one who sees most clearly, they alone earn the vault's treasure.
So we'll, now that you have that, we'll throw some out there. Hey Frank, how's it going, my friend? Yeah, just, like I said, not a lot today, just, kind of trying things out. We keep doing new different things, so that's why. So with the first one, what I'm going to do is, we're going to do 2 of the same packs to start with. Going to do a little, try this out, see how it works. The first one one person will go with this Ikoria, the other person will go with that Ikoria. So we're going to go right next to each other. So I'm going to go with this for the first one. We're going to remove the, those. And I'm gonna get the other. I'll get the rules up here for the other ones starting here. But you heard them already there. Kind of got a little idea what's going on. So we'll run this for the first one. Whoever jumps in gets this. And the next one will get the other one. And what you guys do is give me a couple of some guesses there. What you're gonna have in your packs, and then what we're gonna have for our loot here, though. See, what happens is you guys are going to get some in-game loot. Alright? So, some of these things are... Let's put them in here next to this. I forgot to have them in here below it. Alright, we've got our... Let's do this right now. For starting out, we'll start out with something... We're going to do something like this, because I know people don't like these. We're going to do a puzzle bypass chip. Allows you to get past the one puzzle without having to do anything at all. Just allows you to get past it. Aha. That's what it'll be our thing right now. So start this here, and the first one will get this pack, the next one will get the next pack. And that's how we kind of do it. We'll see what happens and go from there. Alright. Now, like I said, we're just starting it out here. You know, I normally try to do a little bit more, but I got sidetracked and had some issues. And that's kind of where we go. And let's see if I can get the image on here. We'll put in this here. We'll go with group. Nope. Do that. Okay. Why is that doing that? Wrong picture. No. So you got that one. So we're gonna put up what you have you can do for your guesses there. I already put them. I had the guy say them, but I'll put them up there again. We're gonna do this though. Add the image. There you go. Those are the rules. Make it easy to see here. Not take up the entire screen. There we go. So hopefully that you guys can see those there. Right at the top. If you can't, let me know. That should be able to allow you to see it. We'll open this pack here and now. You need to give me some guesses. That's what it boils down to there. Alright. And then you have an NPC character to do some guesses on. That will give you the rules there. There we go. Well, we can do this. There we go. Put that there. We'll add the rules. And then we're going to put the narrator in here. And there we go. Alright. So yeah, if you can see them, let me know. We'll open up your pack here. But I was going to run the next one, which will be this. We'll leave it right there. That's your pack. We just got to wait for one more person. We'll see if one more wants to jump in on it. There you go. Yes. So you're going to put in three of those guesses that you see at the top there. We'll add those in. And then I'm going to put them down. I'll put them, I'm going to put them on a list over here that I have. Yes, so make your guess. So what'll happen is with this one, somebody will get this pack. You're gonna get this one pack, and then the next person to get the other one, which will be this Ikori pack. We'll open it, and they'll guess what it is on that one. So we'll start that as an auction there again. Somebody wants to jump in on that pack, and then what I'll do is, yeah, so you want to make some guesses now on what you think is going. I think it's the color of the shirt again. Maybe it's blue. It doesn't like. Blue creature, regular. No, okay, no, hold on. Let me be. All right, maybe so you need 3 times 3, so like 3 times 3 guesses there. Maybe I didn't put the rule in there correctly. I thought it was written in there. Nice. Guess 3 traits. So you have 3 of those. So 3 traits. That's 1 card. Then you do that another 2 more times. Okay? So it's kind of like you give me 3 cards, and if you get 2 of the 3 traits out of those 3 cards correct, is where you get the point to kind of go on. Yes, you gotta, that's why it says guess 3 cards. Okay, not a problem. Yeah, I was just trying out something new. Anybody else can come in and hang out. Red. So, all right. So it would be like you would do like red, instant foil, or red instant non-foil. If that makes sense. And then you would put your next one would be creature showcase Monaco CMC 5. You only pick 3 traits from each one of them. You don't need as many as you need as you have there. So it would be like it would be like that. Green creature CMC 5 would be one of them. And then the next one, if you were gonna do it, would be whatever else. So green creature foil will do for one of yours. So like green creature foil. Then you have red instant regular, or a red instant non-foil. That makes sense? And then you have blue creature, Monacost 4. Okay. I'm gonna put your in there. So you got that makes sense there? Alright, cool. So I'm gonna do blue creature Monacost 4. Nope. CMC 4. Your next one will be what we had there. Red, instant, regular. So red, instant, non-foil will be the next one. Why does it always do that? Red, instant, so that'll be non-foil. We'll go with that one. Then the third one you had was a green creature foil. All right, so we got one more person to jump in if we want to do this, and if not, well, you know, we can just try it anyways, and maybe I'll play against you the first one, and we'll see what happens. Too early to play. Yeah, I know. My brain always runs really a lot. Too early to play a game. Need an easier one. Oh, damn. I didn't know it was 4 a.m. where you were. Sorry about that. I always forget about that, being on the East Coast, you know. All right. Alright, so alright, this is how I'll do it. I'm gonna do the first one, so we can do like kind of a test one. Alright, that was the first one. And I'm gonna go with red creature CMC 3. I'm gonna go with black foil what? 4 Black foil. Sorcery. And then we're gonna say blue. Creature. No, blue. Instant. That is a CMC of, I don't know, with blue instant one. No, land. That's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do actually blue land non-foil. All right, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna go exit with you. All right, so we'll just run this now. We're gonna say this is done. We're gonna start it. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see how it goes. This is your pack. We're gonna do one of these and see how it runs here. How's it going, Warren? Thanks for coming in. I do appreciate it. So here we go. We'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. I always forget about that, being West Coast people there again. All right, good luck here. You have some nice cards. Let's see what you got for your cards, and then we'll get what you have for your things that you chose. All right, you have nice tentative connection, solid footing, Frostveil Ambush, Spell Eater Wolverine. Oop, I think the volume's a little high there. Almighty Brushwag, Mutual Destruction, Gloom Pangolin, Blazing Volley, Day Squad Marshal, Savai Sabertooth, Valiant Rescuer, Lord Dracus, Heartless Act, Emergent Ultimatum. Ooh, that's a nice little rare for you. Got yourself a forest. Oh, and a shark token. That's actually a hard one to come by. Those shark tokens are worth a little bit. All right, so you got a blue creature, red instant. So let's look for blue creature, red instant, and green creatures. Red sorcery. Green creature, no. You got one green creature, all right. Red, all right, instant. Instant non-foil. Instant non-foil, there's another one. Then we have creature CMC 4. There's a creature CMC 4, all right. Then we have any blue ones? Blue creature, nope, that was an instant. So, but we have an instant non-foil. There is one of them for you. No, on the sorcery, red non-foil. No. Green creature was the only one. Creature foil, nope. Non-foil instant or red. Red non-foil. Red non-foil. No more instants though. And then blue creature, CMC 4. No more 4s. Alright, so you, my friend, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the cards matched up. There you go. 7 of the cards matched up for you. So those are your 7 that matched. And let's see where, unless I'm miscounted one, but there's 7 there. Let me get these into a sleeve and see what happens on, and then I'm gonna see what happens with my pack. So yeah, if that makes any sense, that's kind of what we do. Then whoever has the most cards that equal whatever it is what comes out with the loot from the game. Now I'm gonna go like this: Demodar, Demodar. Here we go. Now I'm gonna open up the pack that I chose to hold on to here, and we'll see what happens. No, that wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. All right, let's see what I get here compared to you. All right. Oh, the red-blue would be... I guess we could consider... Yeah, well, all right, we can consider that a blue creature. Yep. The one that has multiple. All right, yep. That would still be a blue creature. Yep, that is true. I was thinking just blue, but all right, we can do it that way. All right, so that would be 8 for you. All right, let's see what I get out of this Ikoria. We have a Glimmer Bell, Cathartic Reunion, Garrison Cat, Blitz Leech, Adventurous Impulse, Pacifism, Blister Split Gremlin, Essence Scatter, Night Squad Commando, Plummet, Void Beckoner, Momentum Rumbler, Lead the Stampede, Gyruda, Doom of the Depths. Oh, my wife could probably use that. Nice Kraken for her. Forest, and a cat token. Alright, so, this is what I got here. I chose red creatures, or a CMC of 3. Red creature, there you go, is 1 red creature, that counts. We'll go when we see red creature, that counts. Oh, nope. Did I do a sorcery foil? Oh, sorcery and foil, though. Alright. Then I had blue non-foil, blue non-foil, blue non-foil, but I did not have land non-foil. I did have land non-foil. We had blue. We had sorcery in black. Do we have any sorceries in black? No, no black sorceries. We had creature CMC 3. So, nope. 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 Creature CMC 3. Nope. Alright. I think that's all. Red creatures were all there. Or creature CMC 3 or red CMC 3. Alright. Black sorceries we did not have, or black foils. None of those. Then we had non-foil blue we took out, land, non-foil or blue land, black. No, there's all of them. All right, so looks like for me I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so oh, we do actually count those as blue. Non-foil would be another one. 7. You beat me by 1. You got me beat by 1, my friend. There you go. Hey, Moose House. Good morning. So you got me beat by 1. That means you would have come out and you have got the, where was it? What we were doing today with it? The puzzle chip. Let's see what the image looks like. Oh, I like that. That one? That one and that one.
I like the light behind it.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I like that one. Oh, no. What happened? Get back that one. We're going to generate this image. That image is what we're going to be using. And you have a puzzle bypass chip. So that means whenever you get a certain puzzle, if you don't want to try to answer it or you can't answer it, you can be, so you know what, just give me the bypass. And you can just go and sneak around it. You don't need to do it at all. Well, there you go. You're the one that came out with that. Now let's do look at the image for it. For you, and we'll put that in there. Good morning, good morning. So that was how we did that. Like, I finished that one. We did the finish the break. That was like a test out. We'll see if you guys I don't know, like the idea of it or not. All right, here we go. And we'll say and then we're going to add that in for the image. Puzzle bypass trip. There you go. I was trying to make it so it was organized better. Steph, my wife's looking at the screen, she's like, that's really small. I'm like, can you let me finish, please? Like, getting it together so I can, like, have it in the right position and everything. God. There's your puzzle bypass chip you get. And then, let me add that in. Nope, Z. You got the puzzle bypass chip. Let me put that in there. For what you received. Why is that there like that? Oh, that's why. There you go. That's what you got there, my friend. Look at that. See? Puzzles within a puzzle within a puzzle. It's too early for that shit. Alright, let's move the dice on top like we always need. Dice on top. Let's remove our loot item. So anyways, that's what it was. Just a quick thing, you know. Like Mondays are, we test different things out. We try different things, you know. You can always go and check out Buy Now. I got a bunch of stuff in there. Do the same, we can do the same games we've done. We can do some, or we can do the new ones. That's kind of why I just we try different things on during the week, because being slower during the week, we like to find new ideas and things to go. See how it works. Now, for some reason, I keep going in and out of image. So what we'll try here, I'll try one more. We're gonna do another one. I'll create one more of the breaks doing this, testing it out here. And add that in. Here, like so. You can do pick your own again. Custom. Same one as before. Then we'll see if anybody wants to try it one more time to go against anyone. We'll do this again. It was kind of fun, but like you said, I guess maybe a little early for a game. So we'll try one more. If it doesn't work, well, so be it. We'll move on. So we will do something like actually, you know what? Let's do two of these. So we'll do one of each, two Tarkir. Try those out in there. You can try it out if we want. One more. And we'll do what the person says for the rules there, so you guys can see them. Also,
the vault is sealed until someone predicts its secrets.
oh,
Each challenger must name 3 potential cards that lie within their pack,
I see.
each
Get some
described by
edition.
3
I like
traits.
that.
If any of your guesses
Now, would you
match
like me
2
to
or
open
more
those?
traits to any card
Or
in the
should
pack,
I,
the vault grants you its favor.
ship
And the one
and
who
seal?
sees most clearly,
I know, he did go.
they alone earn the vault's.
Sorry. Would you like to open those, or would you like to have them shipped to you sealed? Going back in time a little bit, my friend. Yes, I know. That was pretty sweet. Well, let me zoom out a little bit here and give you the packs to choose from here. Definitely throwback. I know. Definitely a throwback right here. Open one, ship one. All right, sounds good. Let me know where you'd like to go in the box here, and we will open one and ship one. And I'll remove that there. Bottom, left, middle, middle. All right, so Here's the middle. Ah, you got a dragon. The bottom left is you got one of the elves. All right, my friend. Here's your 2 packs. Which one should I open for you now? Which one do you want to open? Rip them both. Let's do it. All right, let's do it. I like it. Let's get this open here. These are awesome. These are awesome. I like these. Much appreciated. I like the throwbacks. Thank you very much. And I will get you the envelope and everything back here, because I mean the packaging, since it's being cut open the way it is. All right, let's see what you got here, my friend. Some nice back in time. Yeah, I know. I like to get some old things every now and again. We can do something fun with this. Erg Raiders. Ooh, that's a nice one. Carapace. I remember that. I had a friend that had that. Memory lapse. There's a nice one. Brash Claw Orcs. If you got your orcs, that's nice. The art on these back in them was so nice. Frozen Shade. Yes. Yeah, we can think about that. Frozen Shade. We have Shrink. I remember Shrink. Ooh, Iron Claw Orcs. The nice sign one there. Psychic Venom. Disintegrate. Ooh, nice on that. Portent. Oh, I don't see that one much. That's a nice one. You don't see that one come out frequently. Mind Stab Thrall. Winter Blast. Ooh, nice on the Winter Blast. Ikashin Phalanx for your for nice soldiers here. Ooh, Ice Flow. Nice, buddy. I like the look of that one. And a Gauntlets of Chaos at the end. Nice. Nice on the land and the Gauntlets of Chaos. Let me do this and get all these into some sleeves here to protect them. Because no matter what, we like to protect these ones. Then we'll open up that other pack like you asked there. Alrighty. You said go with both of them. I just want to be sure we'll get to it here now. I like it. Ice Flow is nice with the gauntlet. Alright, let me get these together and protect them all. Nice throwback right here. They are definitely Beautymoose. Put those two there. I can't remember what those ones were. I think it was like one of the last two were always the specials, so that's why I like to put the last two in the sleeves just in case. Now on to the next one. There we go. Good luck, my friend. Beautiful cards here. Throwbacks, pack fresh. Ooh, I like the look of that one. Grape Shot Catapult. Nice one there. Mesa Falcon. I used to have that one in my deck. Disintegrate. Dark Maze. Ooh, that's a nice one. I think I remember actually having that. Memory Lapse. Dwarven Soldier. More dwarves. Samite Healer. Initiates of the Ebon Hand. I don't see too many of those ones come out, actually. Brainwash. There you go. Merc Dwellers. I had Merc Dwellers. I remember them. Chub Toad. I completely forgot about that card. Desert Twister. That's a nice destroy target permanent. Abbey Gargoyles. Ooh, we like the gargoyles. Those are nice looking. Oh, a Fountain of Youth. Look at that. And an earthquake on top of it. Well, my friend, those are two good packs. Earthquake and a Fountain of Youth. I know, Fountain of Youth when he was over. Awesome, dude. Those are a couple nice packs there. Those are awesome. Thank you, my friend. Let me get those all here together correctly so we don't have any issues. Put that. And then your stuff is there. I'm going to put these two in a top loader with the other two together in a top loader to protect them. Those are nice. Yes, the Chub Toad was always a good one to get. It's what you were you had when you were when they first come out all the time, because of your age. Nice, yeah, dude, these are awesome. Thank you very much for coming in and getting those. Those are so cool. Oh, that's nice. All right, let me write your name down. I love the throwbacks. I love the throwbacks. Let me write your name down on these. Born in 77. Ah, nice, nice. That was like, I think one of my older sisters was born then, too, if I remember right. Might have been my brother-in-law, too. I have a couple older sisters, siblings that were, I think, born right around that time also. I was the middle one, kind of. Like the second middle? I don't know what you'd call it. Alright, Moose. There you go, my friend. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. See, that's what it is. Like, you have like a certain card that you remember from when you were younger. And you're like, I need to have that card. Or you want to have that card from when you were younger. Moose? Yeah, well, Moose, we can do one of those if you'd like. And we'll have some fun here. Depends on the amount of time you got available to do things, my friend. Because I know being Mondays, people are getting ready for their stuff. Yeah. Armageddon and Wrath are the ones you've been trying to get. Yeah, it's one of those ones too where it's like you want to get the one, you don't want to buy it. You want to pull it. And that's what it is. I think that's what part of it is too, is you want to pull it, because I could go and buy it. Yeah. It's not a problem. I can go get that whenever I want, but I want to take it out of a pack. You have Wrath? Nice. Nice. Yeah, I remember Armageddon and Wrath. Those are just some fun cards from back in the day. Like, I can't remember. I think I had a Wrath of God somewhere, potentially, too. In one of mine. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it was 5th edition, though. I feel like it might have been earlier, but it looks vague. It looks so familiar when I'm looking at the card. I'm like, I remember the card. I'm like, I gotta look at the image. I'm like, I feel like I had that, too. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. seeing it all ripped on live, everybody gets to participate with it. That's the cool thing about, that's why I like doing this stuff. Like, you all get to participate with some of it. Everybody gets to see what is going on, you know? Actually, let me see here. This is my, I'd opened one of these the other day, just for the giggles, and I had held on to mine. Let me see what I had. Holy Strength, Brute, Marsh Viper, Merc Dwellers, Prismatic Touch, Bloodlust. That was the one I was like, oh, I remember that. The Iron Root Tree Folk. I remember playing with those. Ashes, the Ashes was the other one I remember. Remove those. I remember having somebody come into that and a pain in the butt always. Dirkwood. Then we had, I think those were the two that I got in there. Hollow Trees and Townie's Weaponry. Donate your duplicate? Nice. You got some duplicates? Yeah, we can do that. Let me do that. Hold on. If you have duplicates, give me a second here. I think you did have a couple of them. Yeah. Let's go through those quickly. Yeah. I'm like, I think you had a couple of them. I think you had Disintegrate was a duplicate. Memory Lapse was a duplicate. I couldn't remember the other one. Those are I remembered those two. We'll do that. We'll throw those in there. I like that. Thank you very much. Disintegrate, Memory Lapse, yeah. No, I think those were the only two. Yep, those are the only two. All right, let me throw those in. You know what? We're gonna do one of them right now. We'll put one of them out there for a giveaway as a single giveaway right now, saying thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. All right. Let me do this. We're gonna put out a Disintegrate after. We're gonna do Memory Lapse right now. From our friend Moose coming in, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go throw a giveaway out here for our friend. Jump in with some 5th edition. If you'd like to get your a throwback in time sent to you, and nice thing is too, get you a discount on shipping if you're gonna pick up a single or something. But nice 5th edition Memory Lapse. There. Let's do this here. Make it a little yeah, these are like the some of the original good stuff from back in the day. Before they started using like computer generated stuff and they actually drew with their hands. Oh, you're gonna judge? Alright, you're gonna be sitting out. There you go. There you go. You have a judge of Memory Lapse? That's pretty cool. That is pretty sweet that you have a judge of that one, that you played that far and you got one of the judge's version. I don't think I have any of those. I have some like, the only things I have sometimes things from Throwback. Oh, nice. You do too of Memory Lapse? Well, Demidar, that's awesome, dude. Now, I didn't know if you wanted, like you were saying, we can, I know you're into you do like some of the D&D stuff. So if we want, we can do a little adventuring with you while we wait and hang out. I know, those are nice. High five, I like it. There you go. Throw that out there for a little giveaway. We have a bunch of stuff in the buy now. And if we want, we can run one more of our the next break thing we got here. Oh, you got a Cabal Coffers. That's a good one too. We're gonna do. I'm gonna put these here if anybody wants to do the game, unless our friend wants to do their own. We're gonna do these two in the background. Those are the cards there behind the giveaway, the packs that we'll be using. We're gonna start with pack 1. Here, this is gonna be pack 1. Run this for this amount of time. You can get this pack, and then we'll do our little our game, which goes like so.
The vault is sealed until someone predicts its secrets. Each challenger must name 3 potential cards that lie within their pack, each described by 3 traits. If any of your guesses match 2 or more traits to any card in the pack, the vault grants you its favor. and the one who sees most clearly,
yeah, it is still severe.
They alone earn the vault's treasure.
Are you boy? Yeah? How was Mother's Day?
Good. Relaxing. Chill. We got stuck on the boat. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was, weather wasn't the best, so what can you do?
Well, I mean, we could have, but we would have gotten
soaked going out anywhere, yeah. Alright, we're gonna try another one. We're gonna do this pack instead, coming up next.
Like 2-foot waves?
Yeah.
Rolling through the harbor? It's choppy.
Yeah, it was rough.
I mean, although it would have lots of laughs.
True. Alright, you got this pack here, and then we'll do the other one after. But that's what we're gonna do right now, the murders, and we'll do another one of our little our vault prediction.
Every time you say that, I think about murder.
Oh, that's not what I think of. That's not what I was thinking. Steph thinks of Murder, She Wrote. I think of the mine is a song too.
I know.
It's a completely different generation. Thinking of DMX, she's thinking of Murder, She Wrote TV show.
No.
Did he really, Atomic? Well, that is awesome. Sonic gave birth. All right, we're gonna put this back. We'll put that over there. We try different things out on days like this, so that's why we like to try the different games. And like I said, we can do a D&D adventure here, go on with our stuff, but we've been waiting a bit to decide what to do. I know everybody's hanging out. You know what I'll end up doing though is since today is like I said, today's Monday. Monday things we having the rain. I was up last night.
That rain, it's been a long time since I've heard rain.
Yeah,
that hard.
we had a lot of hard rain. It was crazy. Well, thank you, Moose. I appreciate it a lot, very much. Thank you so much, my friend. We'll have to get some coffee and some good beverages for a drink to relax at night. Actually, I think I got some whiskey. Maybe I'll have some of that. Rip Rhino, is that it? Rip Rhino. You just got yourself a memory lapse. Look at that. Let me write your name down. Now, another giveaway from one of our friends here. Well, I appreciate that, Moose. I try to just do stuff that's like different. Like, I don't know. For me, it's one of those things that I'm not cough syrup and Sprite. Yes. Some purple drank. We I mean, I'm an I guess call you an abnormal person. I've never been a person that was that followed along with what was going on. I kind of like did my own thing. Like I did follow along and like stuff, but I didn't do like what everyone else was. I did it my way with whatever was going on or whatever I was liking. So doing this here is kind of like, instead of going about it and like kind of copying other people's things or mimicking something somebody else does, I kind of come up with my own crazy ideas and see what we can do to have fun. Lean left. Lean left. Hey, that would be a fun time. Hey, I will let you know, Big BK. I lived in a fraternity house for 3 years in college. I probably drank and participated in things you'd never expect. I will have to say I've got a pretty funny story, though. Not on a boat. No, not on a boat. Not like that. We can drink a little bit. Yeah, expert. Yeah, I had we used to do Mad Dog 2020. At one point, I was able to funnel one of those. It's not a good experience. That's an instant. That goes from instant like sober to drunk. There's no in between if you do that. There's no like, oh, I'm gonna just get start the day and get buzzed. It goes boom, I'm done. Yep. Good night. I can do it. I still can. I don't know if I can still do it. I could do it back in the day. I don't know if I can now. I mean, I'll put it this way: when I was in college with my friends there, at one point we had a concert where So, Ludacris came. All right. Boone's Farm, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Exactly, yeah. So we had Ludacris come to the and he did the concert, and I had a friend from mine that came up to visit. He was literally twice the size of me, like height, weight, everything. So before we, pre-gaming, doing some Beirut, drinking some alcohol. So he brought about 2 bottles of tequila, Cabo Wabo tequila he brought. I had a bottle of gin and a bottle of Bacardi, 2 handles of it. So, and then I had a 30 rack of, I think it was Natty Light at the time. And so this proceeded to go before the show. We proceeded to drink both bottles of Cabo Wabo somehow. Don't remember going through those. Drank both of the tequila, the gin, and my buddy finished the bottle of Bacardi. We were getting ready to go to the concert and decided we'd play a couple Beirut games. And on the second Beirut game, my friend's legs gave out. He has permanent scars on his forehead from his running his face across the pavement. I had to carry his ass upstairs. And when we're getting up there, I'm like carrying this guy. He's like twice my size. I'm like throw him down on the couch. I'm like, dude, we gotta go to the concert. He's like, I can't. He literally passed out on my couch. And as he's passed out on the couch, I sat down on him because he was taking up the couch and he didn't have any space. And I rolled, I don't know, like 5 joints, and I stuck in my hat. So I lined my hat by brimming my hat here, like right here. I put them all in there, and I go in, I wander into the concert. All right, go into Ludacris. Fucking handed him I handed him 2 joints. I was smoking with Ludacris. He was on stage. He would grab it. I handed him. He'd hand it back to me. I'd hand it to the group of people around, and I'd light another one, and I'd like hand it up to him, and he'd grab it. He'd smoke some and hand it back to me, and start going about his thing. So that was. We did some funny things back in the day. We had good times. This is the giveaway we got going on there right now if you want. They were the 60s. I can I remember those times. I think I died in the 70s, and that's when I was reborn shortly after because the 60s hit me so hard. Yes, pre-mom days. And actually, I was dating Steph at the time. That was before we were together and dating. I think I was like 2 years in. We've been together for quite some time. All right, we got, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this here. I'm going to throw some things out. Let's do this. I'm going to run a flash sale. We're going to do 1. We're only going to do this for a minute. Story of the day. Yeah, so I can go in more detail, but I don't want to get people in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble myself. So, it was before the camera phones that were around that recorded everything going on. So what happened in here. Yeah, it is a pretty good deal, I know. So that's why I got some good stories. If you, we'll say this: one of the guys that came with us, I can say that he decided he was hammered too, and he wore an army helmet, like one of the green Vietnam era army helmets. And he decided he needed to go pee before the show started, but because where we were at, he went in and he just walked into a bathroom while he happened to walk in the ladies' room, not even paying attention, hammered, wandered out of the ladies' room, and they kicked him out. He didn't make it into the concert. Oh, the cell phone company stories. We got some funny ones with those guys too. We do have some funny ones with those. I've had between drunk people, psychotic people, like different levels of insane people. It's hard to imagine. Yeah. Yeah, see, exactly. He just turns around and, dude, I'm telling you, I've got some my stories and the things that have rarely happened to me throughout time. Demodar, all right, my buddy. Got you that nice one here. Let me put you in with your stuff over here, I do believe. There you go. Yeah, so I have, so my wife, when she started dating me, I told her, I used to tell her, like, oh, this thing, we did this, I did this. She's like, okay, yeah, sure. And she used to be one of those people like that so I looked at me like, all right, sure, whatever. And then she started experiencing them happening while I was around. So with her experiencing them happening, she's like, wait a minute, this shit actually happens to you. I'm like, I know, I've been telling you forever, the weirdest stuff and crazy things occur. Like, I don't understand. I shouldn't even be alive after some of these even occurring potentially. And I'm like, my friend Josh knows all these stories. He knows more than he even looks at me and goes, I can't believe that you walked away from that. He used to call me an algebra guy. I just have more chaos breeds chaos. Exactly. So I realized the other day the reason why threesomes, yeah. Well, I will have to say we had to kick a few of them out of the room. So that, anyway, I don't know. And when I was growing up, I had a lot of random stories. I'd come back, I'd come home, come to school, but yo, this happened, and people are like, yeah, okay. I have a feeling now I understand why no one believed me. Because even hearing some of the stories I tell them now, I'm like, shit, that's fucking unbelievable. I can't believe that. That really happened. Huh. And I wouldn't even believe that if I was a kid and somebody told me it too, so thinking about it, I'm like, no wonder why no one ever believed me. And then all of a sudden camera phones came out and people started recording stuff. And they had like the GoPros and the stuff like that. And we started catching some of the things that I did, and they're like, son of a bitch, that actually happened. I'm like, I know, right? And that's when I realized the reason why I had a hard time growing up was because I actually did stuff which created chaos, where the other people didn't really do anything. The other kids that I hung around with in town, they didn't. They either hung around their house, they never really went anywhere. I fucking went on an adventure on it every day. I had to go find a new place to go fishing. I rode my bike 20 miles in the middle of the woods going through different trails. I used to take boats out in the middle of the ocean by myself to go fishing because I had nothing to do. I wanted to go fishing. And fucking at 14-year-old kid pulling people around, seeing girls' tops pop off on the tubes because you go too fast and you spin them. Yeah, write a book, Vagabond Eyes. Interesting. Yes, accidentally. Well, we could tell there was a loose top, so I was like, if we throw her, that's probably gonna come off. So we made sure she was thrown from the tube a little bit, not hard, just a couple flops. Came up and like, oh my, cover up. Exactly. Yeah, see, I got lots of stories that they're crazy things that have occurred to me that I have a hard time even believing some of the times when I say it. Yeah. Like, all right, so let's think of a crazy one that I had a hard time believing. All right, this is a good one. My dad growing up bought me refused. I said I was looking for a car. I want to get the standard Jetta. He's like, no, we're not going to get you a Jetta. That's, it's too unnecessary. Standard, you're going to blow it up. You want to know how to shift it, etc. Whatever. Well, fine, whatever. So we ended up getting a 6-cylinder Pontiac Sunbird it was like a 3.8 liter or something like that for this fucking car. It was like it was like a Geo with this giant engine in it. And so I used to go quite fast up and down the highway. Got to the point that I knew the road so well that so I'd be going on the highway. My car had a speedometer, it went like this, and it stops at here at 120. Well, my car was generally around that area, so it was probably around like 150 going down. And it's like, 55 mile an hour road. I'm on 128 in Massachusetts. This is when I was a kid. And going down there, and you get hitting after that. Well, I got to the point where I knew where to turn. And here's a tip, because when I was on the wrestling team, and I had a friend where his father was the head of the state police. So he gave me a couple of tips. He goes, when you go so fast, pretty much if you double the speed limit, they can't chase you. They have to call for a cop to come after you further down the road. Because it's too dangerous for them to chase you, so they don't do that. They just call and have somebody try to pull you over further down the road or throw things out to stop you. I'm like, oh, cool, good to know. So I implement that into my car racing techniques. So every time I go by a cop, you see him pull out, he just doesn't fucking chase me. Well, that means you get to the next exit, he can't see you, you take an exit, and then the other thing that you learn, ready? Here's the other one. Everybody always turns right, because you go with traffic, you get to pull out with traffic and go with traffic. So if you can pull left, no cop ever is taught to go left. So every fucking time I came off an exit, I go left. And I ended up finding my way home, or wherever I was. Exactly. It's an error in knowledge, and I applied it. Exactly. So I got to the point where, so drove a bunch of drunk kids around, and I had my first seizure. I have epilepsy. I figured it out. I had my first seizure when I was the sober driver. Ended up hitting a tree on the highway. Not a good thing. Everybody was fine. Totaled my car. I actually didn't have a face for a little while. I had to have some reconstruction surgery. This is the kicker of it for the story part of it. So the state trooper, when we're there, he's like talking to me, having everything done, taking my name down, taking everything down. He goes, I remember you, and I don't even remember this going on, because I was like in and out of consciousness. I was hit so hard, like the steering column broke on my face. So he tells me everything that goes on there, and I end up having to go back to him later on, because the fire department goes, dude, this guy's got no face, leave him the fuck alone. Like the fire department, the EMT told the police to leave me alone. Like, this is unnecessary. You can go see him later when it's built up. Any swords for in the buy now? If you type swords in, you actually might be able to find that. Yeah, there's a few swords. There's a Vorpal sword, I think, in there. Is the only one that I have in there. Yeah, dude. And then, so I was live. Now, the funny part of it was when I got to the state police, because I had to go over them after my face was healed to talk to them about the situation. The guy looks at me and goes, yeah, I know who you are. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like every state trooper in the area knows you and your car, knows your car. I'm like, what? What do you mean everybody knows my car? Yeah, every state trooper knows your car. We can't chase you because you go too fast. It was just a matter of time until this happened. And he's like, everybody that drives a car like you ends up crashing that way. And I looked at him and I go, well, actually, if it wasn't for me having a seizure, I wouldn't have crashed. And the trooper just looks at me and just like, his mouth like hit the floor. Like, are you fucking shitting me? You just told me that? I'm like, what? I'm like, he was like, did this kid really just tell me the only reason he got in a car accident was because of a seizure? I'm like, well, that's literally what the doctor, like, I could see his face. I'm like, yeah, the doctor told me that I had a seizure and that's what they've been testing. So I'm like, I'm pretty good at driving. I probably wouldn't have been caught. And you saw the guy's face was just like, are you fucking shitting me, this kid? The balls on this kid. And I'm like, well, I don't know. And well, I didn't tell him I was going to do it. Well, yeah, I did. I ended up, afterwards, after I ended up getting my license back, I ended up getting a yellow Mitsubishi Lancer Evo that I used to drift around the corners when I ran past the cops that time. That was that went to a blue Lancer. Then I had a 750 motorcycle I used to do that with. Yeah, there used to be there in New Hampshire on 16. There's a couple of overpasses where if you hit them at the right speed and you curve around, the cop can't get you as soon as he turns around, because as soon as he starts getting down there, you're behind some bushes. There's like a giant bunch of trees. So if I drift right around it correctly at the right speed, I don't end up being behind trees. So like, he's coming down the highway this way, pretend this is the trees and this is the thing here. So I end up going, and I'm like here drifting around it, and the cop's this way as I go that way. And by the time I'm around and I'm going over the overpass, he's already out. He's already out going this way, and I'm like, haha, and I beep and I drive away. You can get. But now I have kids, I can't do that shit anymore. You gotta. No, I used to work for, so, things I can't say, because I would go to Guantanamo Bay. I used to work for some companies. I worked for a company that managed, their software managed all the United States military network, Congress, federal bank, many banks, governments all around the world. So I used to see things that occurred within the background when it comes to government, military, and stuff like that. And that was a bunch of different militaries around the world and governments. So like I was like 13 or 14 that I dealt with. I mean, everything from jets to tanks to NASA to like things that they told me they couldn't tell me what they were, but I figured out what they were just because you give me information. I'm fucking smart. I'm not gonna look at it and be like, I can tell you exactly what that is just based on the code that you're providing me there. There's no. Sorry, dude, it's network stuff. I know what's going on. That I helped the government with some things, and then I went on and I did stuff with banks. So I learned the background of banks and the dirty shit they kind of do. I can't talk about that either. I used to manage about 30 to 40% of the Asia Pacific Stock Exchange traffic went through the stuff that I managed by myself. So I saw all that traffic, trillions of dollars being traded in like a week or day. And then I went on, I started working with insurance, just doing development with that. Well, insurance is just as bad too. So after you work with all those, I'm like, I gotta get out of this place. None of this is good. We should go somewhere else and try something different, because the amount of information I have and know, it's one of those things like when you have information, you become aware. And because you're aware, you don't see things the same, and you have to adjust your way you work. And because of that, that's why I'm on a boat. And I've been trying to get on a boat for probably about 10 years. When I was working with the company that did the stuff that I worked with, the military and NASA and the governments around the world. At that point in time, I kept telling my wife, we need to get on a boat. We need to move. We need to move on a boat. We should move on a boat. We should live on a boat. Because you can always shut every electronic off on a sailboat, literally disconnect all the batteries, and sail somewhere safely away to wherever you want to go, and no one will ever be able to know unless you tell them somehow. And that is the reason why I live on a boat. The amount of shit that I've dealt with, fucking calls that I've had sometimes, call me all paranoid. I'm like, seriously? How, like, they pay you? The government pays you to do this? What do you do? No lawn maintenance, yeah. And then you have, well, now when I was seeing like, and I don't know who's a fan of all the, like the, what do you call it for, like, political stuff, but I will say one thing. I do like Doge or whatever you call it, going through and cleaning stuff out. Having dealt with a lot of those people myself, when it comes to talking to them, some of them, physically seeing some of them and participating in some of their things and going to their locations to fix shit, they need to be fucking fired. For years I was like, we need to get rid of a lot of these people, because they are at the bottom of the barrel, it seems. But there's a lot of them that are very good that I work with too, so that's the problem. And I worked with a lot of them, like, you need to be here and you should be paid more. You should be paid more and do that person's job too, because that job is useless. They shouldn't even be here. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Where have I been? Waterworld. Yes, I have been in Waterworld. I live in Waterworld now. But yeah, that's why it's why you live on a boat. And that's why I do, at least. I learned enough. The funny thing is, there was a guy when we were coming down to purchase our boat. We were literally coming down to pick our boat up. And there was a guy next to me that had at some point done similar jobs where he worked with the government, network stuff, setting stuff up, managing things on all kinds of stuff. He sold all of his stuff and he was moving on a boat too. And he was... Yeah, alright, Moose, you kind of understand it, yeah. So, yeah. So when I met another person that was doing the same thing and we could literally talk, we had a conversation without saying actually what occurred and what we did. That is how close to what, like, that's like how much we understood, the two of us. Yeah, you do, yeah, if you go, yeah, you just go to these places and install, like, oh yeah, those installations, oh my god. Like, it was just one of those scenarios where you could have you could have a cryptic conversation with somebody and everybody around looking at you like, I have no idea what they're talking about. None of this makes sense. But the two of you are like, that is a full in-depth conversation that has so much detail. I know, Moose. Exactly. It was kind of spooky. I was like, I turned to my wife after he got up and leave because we both like went to sit at our seats on the plane. And I was like, dude, we did the same thing. I knew exactly what he was talking about and he knew exactly what I was talking about. Hey, put it this way. One of the jobs I had an offer with that I ended up turning down because I had kids. I probably would have done it if I didn't have kids at the time. I was called to work for an organization that wanted me to run around all around the world, installing and using technology to do things to different places around the world, and come back alive. One of their things they told me when I was in the interview is every now and again you may need to put on armor and gear and run and hide into a bunker. I'm like, what the fuck? What, excuse me? Yes, exactly, but not be acknowledged. Exactly. So, whatever went on with that thing, and eventually I'm like, I don't like this. This is not my cup of tea. This doesn't seem acceptable. You know? And that's another reason why I'm on a boat. When you deal with shit like that, once or twice, the first time you deal with it, you're like, oh, what's going on here? And then 2 or 3 times you start smartening up, and you're like, I don't like this. I don't like you. You don't have the morals I have. And that's generally what it was. Yeah, pretty much that's what they were looking for. Yeah, Moose. And that's pretty much what it was. Yep. Yeah, yep. Yeah, a little bit of everything. Exactly. And that's why I think that's I say to my wife all the time, one of my favorite things that I have is that I think is a benefit for me that others don't always count as a benefit, but if you have the exact quote right, it is. Hold on a second. Let me get the exact quote. All right, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. And that's kind of what I am, and I've always been that way. That's why I like learning a little bit of everything. But you get part of you get do certain things, and you start to get to the point where like I'm not doing that anymore. Like I'm like, great, congratulations. Like, I wrestled in high school, I was on a team, I could throw some around, wonderful. I don't want to fucking do that. The whole point of this is, though, I don't have to. I want to make things better, so people have morals, people use honor, put a little bit of effort into life and things going on, not just friggin' do what you want, be selfish, and take. And that's what they were trying to have me do. And I didn't like that. I'm not a taker, I'm more a fixer. Hey, that's what. Clip for your own retention. There you go, yeah. Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Yep. It's a good one. Yeah. Well, that's the whole quote. That's the whole quote. And people forget that all the time. Like, there's the jack of all trades, master of none, and people use that all the time, but they always forget the last part of it. Because, yes, congratulations, you have a doctorate in computer science. Wonderful. I love it. You know everything about that. Your car just broke down, you're in the middle of the woods, what the fuck are you gonna do because you don't have any cell phone service? Where's your computer stuff coming in now? I can do the computer, I can do the car, I can build a boat, I can build parts of a house, I can program things. I actually, oh, I forgot about that. I should tell, some of you guys had, some of you other streamers here. You know how I have all the, my cards in the buy now with images and named and everything like that so that people can search them? I built an application to do that. So if other people would like to use it or something, let me know. I was thinking of selling it. So that you guys, what it does is it goes and it gives all the names of everything, gives you a description of it, and also the card there, and you can import them however you want into whatnot. Yeah, so if it's something that you're interested in, let me know. But the nice thing is it will allow you to, I mean, thousands of cards you can go and do this with. That was, yeah, I pretty much, like I said, I can develop something, I can break something, I can build something, I can shoot something. That was one of the funny things, too. So, I'm good at, I know how to use a weapon. I've had my own guns, I've used them many times, I go to shooting ranges. And one of the funny things is I was at a shooting range, and I like to practice with both hands to make sure that both hands are as capable as when I'm using a pistol or a gun. So if I have to pick one up one hand and use it, I have to pick it up the other way and use it, I can always use it. So what I was doing was I can shoot a lot cleaner with my right hand. I can aim way better. Right down, pretty much right in the bullseye area almost every time if I'm within 6 to 15 yards away. 6 to 15 feet away. If it's like 25 feet away, I'm pretty close to the bullseye every time. Switch my left hand, I'm in the area, but I'm not at the bullseye. So I'm shooting, and I unloaded 2 clips right in bullseyes on the thing. People next to me like, wow, this guy's got a really good shot. And I could hear him talking about it. And then I switched to my left hand to practice. And I start shooting, and I'm like, so like the bullseye is right here in the middle. I'm like hitting around here, and 1 or 2 went out. And they all of a sudden I hear him go, wow, his shots just all of a sudden got really bad. I went like, wow, that's really weird. And I lean over and I go, guys, I'm using both hands. I use my left hand and my right hand to shoot with to practice. That's why I'm here, so I can know what I'm doing with both of them. And like, oh, that makes sense now. Because those are really good, and all of a sudden you went really bad. Oh, no, I have not tried the flick, not yet. No, I have not. Exactly. Melee. Exactly what you need. Well, that's what it is. Like, I didn't realize it. It's one of those things, another one of those things, you growing up, you don't think anything about it, because I put myself against people that were national champions, family were in the Olympics and stuff like that. When it comes to wrestling, I placed 3rd in the state. I didn't think I was good, because the people that I wrestled with, half of them went to nationals, 4 of them placed. So I'm like, I suck, I'm not good, I don't know what I'm doing. And I get out of high school, and then get into college. The college coach calls me to come wrestle on a team, and I'm beating most of the kids that I'm wrestling with. Well, that seems weird, and whatever, I don't want to wrestle because I don't get any benefit from it from college. After college, I don't do it, and I end up meeting up with a team, and I fought for a couple of weeks with an MMA team. And one of the things that was funny was the first time I practiced with them, they're like, all right, well, you know, we'll have you come in and practice. The guy's like, if you kind of know what you're doing, you wrestle in high school, why not? Try it. So I get in there, and we're practicing. It was a couple-hour practice. First time I've done it in years. And I guess I was doing well. I took down him, took down the other guy, did a bunch of moves on people. Not a problem. Actually was taking everybody down. And to the point that I was wrestling so hard, I got tired, and I ended up having to step outside to throw up because I pushed myself too much. And when I was getting ready to come back in, the guy that came out, that was like the coach, that was kind of like the coach, the one that running the team in a way. He's like, dude, everybody on the team wants you. He's like, no one can take me down, and no one ever takes the other guy down. You just did it like there was not a problem. And I go, well, you know, I wrestled in high school. He's like, yeah, what do you mean you wrestled? You said you wrestled in high school. What do you mean? I'm like, oh, I told him, like, I placed in state. And he's like, what do you place? Like, I placed 3rd. I'm like, I wasn't really that good. The rest of my team, a lot of them placed higher. And then I'm like, I wrestled in college for a little bit. It's like, wait a minute. So you wrestled in college and you beat hundreds of kids in a state to place, and you don't think you're good at what you're doing? I'm like, well, no, my teammates went on a nationals. One of them was almost an Olympian. And they're like, Dude, you're comparing yourself to an Olympic athlete. Like, the best on the planet. Yeah, but I'm not that good. And that's what goes through my head, that I suck. No, it is not. Mission isn't over. I have a different mission, Moose. Different mission now. My mission is I got a good one. We're traveling, and we're gonna travel the world, and we'll learn from it. Help you guys learn from it. That's all we need. I don't need to teach. I need to learn. That's what people forget all the time. So everybody always wants to teach. You can learn as much as you teach. Well, thank you, Moose. I'm happy I met you too. We do still gotta get dead with the vault there. Now you're gonna go through, we're doing that. Moose, you can do a little fighting here. But yeah, I'll be on for a little while longer. Yeah, but I've had some crazy things I've dealt with through life, and I mean, I'm surprised you're alive sometimes. Dude, I was hit by a fucking car on a motorcycle and T-boned by a car and a motorcycle. And I didn't dump the bike. The only thing that happened was I have a scar on my leg. And mainly it was because I had a dirt bike growing up, and I used to whip that fucker around dirt trails that were like single track mountain bike trails, and I'd go like 30 to 50 miles an hour. And so when you get hit by a car, you actually learn how to lean into it, so I didn't get thrown into the other traffic. Police show up. They thought I was like, there was gonna be a problem. There was like 5 cop cars, 4 ambulances, a couple fire trucks. Like, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's fine, Moose. Yeah, we can hang out and chat. That's fine. We do. Exactly. If you're not learning, you're dying, and that's a good one. That is definitely one that I use all the time. It's like I use like different ones along that lines. It's either you should be learning all the time. Every day you should learn something new. If you don't learn something new every day, it kind of like is one of those, what are you doing? And it doesn't need to be something big. It could be something small, like you learn about somebody. Maybe you learn about, hell, maybe you learn something from, maybe I learned something from my kid because he teaches me about a game that he plays or something like that. It's something. If you stop learning, there's a problem going on. But the thing is, though, when you learn enough, you become like me, where you have so much knowledge, you don't know what to do anymore. I don't know why this keeps. I wonder if I can do this, it'll be better. If it'll pick me up better. Will it pick me up any better? So it stops cutting in and out. Keep moving forward. Yeah, dude, I read that. Yeah, it's all it is. Well, that's one of my favorite things. Actually, when it comes to, I can't remember what thing in regards to development it was, but I learned it a while back when I was doing development stuff. And it's fail forward. Even though you fail at something, or you break something, or something doesn't work, make it a step forward somehow. All right, sounds good, Moose. Like, don't let it be the end of whatever it is. You learn from it, and yes, progress is even. Yeah, what it was. No, it was Edison. Edison's quote about how he created over 1,000 experiments, and he's wasted a lot of time creating a light bulb. And when he was talking to somebody, and the person said that to him in an interview, he's like, "No, I didn't. I just learned 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb." That's all. It wasn't that he learned 1,000 ways not to. Did you die? No, that's another one of my ones too. See, I call it calculated danger. I do. I might not die, but you know, could get injured, but it'll be fun and worth it most of the time, at least. Yeah, it's calculated danger. You look at it, you go, you know what? Somebody's done this and they lived. I should be able to do this too. Yeah, I think I should be able to do this. And that's what that's where it ends up with me all the time, which it's why it's why I am where I am. I calculate different things. Or is it worth it? Is it not? Oh, another. I like it. Another throwback. Yeah, we can talk about some ridiculous things here because having dealt with them throughout life. I mean, here's an example of how my life started. Moose, here you go. Pick where you'd like to go, my friend. When I was born, 2 days later, I was in an incubator for 2 weeks because I had breathing issues. I ended up catching pneumonia somehow. I almost died. First 2 weeks of my life. So that's what I'm seeing. Like, I've had nothing but problems. So for me, I guess it's like every time you have an issue, you get stronger. Ooh, chat, who's gonna tell us where to go in the box? First one. And we're gonna go. Whatever one they want. Anybody in chat? Anybody? All right. How about number one? Number one. I'm gonna go number 1, 2, 3. Going. All right. Moose sells. P&W is gonna give the answer. He's gonna tell us what we're gonna get for back here. Yeah, streaming from a boat, you get to do some fun things. So we'll be in different areas along the East Coast this year. So if you guys, depending on where you are, we might be able to meet A3. A. 1, 2, 3. I'm guessing A is this one here, and 3 is here. A3. There we go. Some wolves we're gonna get here for you, my friend. There we go. Yeah, so the reason why I buy these ones to open is if when I'm looking online, like the packaging is dented up or bumped up, that's when I buy them to open it. If it's not, and it's like a sealed one that's like good condition, I generally keep it. So let's open these up and let's see what you get here, my friend. Good luck on this. Let's get some wonderfulness here out of the throwbacks. We love the throwbacks. Here you go. Good luck with this 5th edition. Ooh. We're gonna zoom in. Let's remove this here. We're gonna zoom in. Divine Offering. That's a nice one to start it with. I mean, that's a really one good to start with right there. Divine Offering. Tranquility. Ooh, I always love that one too. Nice one there again. Herloon Minotaur. Lost Soul. Ooh. Nice on the Lost Soul. Marsh Viper. Nice one. The Brute. There you go. Boomerang. You don't see that one much. Hyperion. Oh, wow. Actually, I have not seen this one pulled out at all yet. In many, many years. Grape Shot Catapult. Ooh, you got yourself a nice flood. We got a nice flood. Caldorian. Dead. Ooh, well, nice. Sea Spirit. Oh, well, you got a good pack here, my friend. Knight of Stromgold. Nice one there on the Knight. The art is awesome. We love the old school art. The old school art here. Oh, Detonate. That is awesome. That's a nice pickup. And a Flying Carpet. Oh, a Flying Carpet. Well, buddy, my friend, that was a nice one. Yes, it is. That's my favorite thing about it. The art before CGI. And that's why I like to have it in sorcery, but not as many people wanted to get to play it as much, so I haven't got too much of it recently. But those are awesome. Yes, I know the art before the CGI was awesome. That's one of my favorite things about that. The throwbacks is you get to go back in time and get some good art. Pull the boat one. Yeah, I can do that. 1 second. Just gotta get a top loaders out here. Here we go. Make sure it's the one you saw. Yep, I can do that. I can pull that out. Yep, I can do that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put these here. Yeah, the game, exactly. Sea Spirit? Is that the one you're talking about? Boomerang. Am I missing something? It's 40 minutes for the boat. Oh! Sea Spirit for... Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Moose. That's awesome. You know what? I bet my wife can get that in her deck of merfolk to use. I think that'll work good in her deck. That's a good one for that, I think. Thank you very much, my friend. I'm going to put that over with our other ones here. And let's get you all together with your stuff over here, my friend. Yeah, the throwback. We love the throwbacks. It's one of those, like... Thank you. You know what? My wife always seems to come in with some good wins, so it'll add to our winning percentage. She's been getting better with playing since she's been finding some different sets. I mean, different books she's been reading that have to do with kind of are similar to some of the game, and she's like, "Oh wow, that's actually kind of like the game. Oh, you have cards like that." And now she's reading a book that has to do with vampires, so she's like, "I want a vampire deck." Which luckily we have one from a while back, so she could probably modify that. Hey, you have a good one. Hey, well, you know what, Moose? That's all right. I'll be around here for a while. We're on most of the time in the mornings. I'm actually thinking I might jump off myself, just because, you know, it's a Monday. We got things to do. We got to organize. I think we're going to start, what, 2 days? Is it Tuesday or Thursday we're going to go?
I don't know what they're doing with the weather.
We need to check our weather again. But you guys, thank you all. Moose, very much appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Fuck Kevin. Everybody be safe. Live one another. Love one another. Oh, that's funny. I like that. Hey.